Once upon a time, in the great land of Babylon, there was a mighty king named Nebuchadnezzar. One day, King Nebuchadnezzar ordered his people to make a gigantic golden statue, 90 feet tall and 9 feet wide. When it was finished, he summoned all the officials from across his empire to a grand ceremony. His command was simple: when the music played, everyone had to bow down and worship the golden statue. Anyone who refused would be thrown into a blazing furnace as punishment. Among the king's officials were 3 men named Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They were Jewish captives who believed in the one true God, and they knew that bowing down to any idol was against God's commandments. So, when the music played, they stood tall while everyone else bowed low to the golden statue. Soon, some of the other officials noticed that Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego had not bowed, and they reported this to the king. Furious, Nebuchadnezzar summoned them and gave them one last chance to bow.
"If you do not bow down," he warned, "you will be thrown into the furnace, and what God will be able to rescue you from my hand?"
The 3 men calmly replied, "King Nebuchadnezzar, we do not need to defend ourselves before you. If we are thrown into the blazing furnace, the God we serve is able to save us from it. But even if he does not, we want you to know that we will not serve your gods or worship the golden statue you have set up." Enraged, the king ordered the furnace to be heated 7 times hotter than usual. He commanded his strongest soldiers to tie up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and throw them into the furnace. The fire was so fierce that the soldiers who threw them in were killed by the flames. But then, something miraculous happened. As the king looked into the furnace, he was astonished. He turned to his advisors and said,
"Didn't we throw 3 men, tied up, into the fire?"
They replied, "Yes, your majesty."
"Look!"
he exclaimed.
"I see 4 men, unbound and unharmed, walking around in the fire, and the 4th looks like a son of the gods."
King Nebuchadnezzar approached the opening of the furnace and shouted,
"Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, servants of the Most High God, come out!"
The 3 men came out of the fire, and everyone saw that the fire had not harmed them. Their hair was not singed, their clothes were not scorched, and they didn't even smell like smoke. Then King Nebuchadnezzar praised their God, declaring that no other God could save in this way. He even made a decree that anyone who spoke against the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego would be punished, for he is the one true God. Moral lessons. 1. Faith over fear. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego stood firm in their faith, even when their lives were threatened. This teaches us that we should trust God and refuse to compromise our beliefs, no matter how difficult the situation may seem. 2. God's presence in trials. When they were thrown into the fiery furnace, God did not abandon them. Instead, he was with them, protecting them. This reminds us that God is always with us, especially in our toughest moments. 3. Courage to stand alone. These 3 men did not give in to the pressure of the crowd. Sometimes, standing up for what is right means standing alone, but we can find strength knowing that we stand with God. 4. God's power and sovereignty. The miraculous way God saved them showed everyone that he is the true God who is more powerful than any king or idol. This story encourages us to believe in God's power and trust that he is in control. 5. Witness to others. Through their faith and God's intervention, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego helped others see the greatness of God. When we live out our faith, we can inspire those around us and be a witness to God's love and power. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more faith-uplifting stories and click on the notification bell to know when a new video is posted. Also, comment, like, share and continue to stand firm and unmovable no matter the cost. Remain blessed.